line. That's enough of that stuff.
But that was my place. I was just...
Never mind. I said get back. Go on.
Here's that goodie
Oh, boy, Bob.
Man, did I ever eat my stuff?
Well, you don't have to make an announcement.
Do I offend you?
Oink, oink, oink,
Now, that's
oink,
it.
oink.
You know, I would like to feel that while I'm away for the next 2 weeks that there will be a minimum of conflict around here.
That'll be the day.
Don't worry, Dad. We'll make that all right.
You bet we will. I'm giving the orders.
Yeah, just so long as everyone around here understands that.
And how about you, Chip? You going to get along okay while I'm gone?
Sure.
You haven't eaten much. Are you hungry?
You haven't eaten anything. And that means no dessert. You got hot apple pie and ice cream.
I didn't want to anyhow.
Is something bothering you, Chip?
Yes, there is. Why don't you admit it, Chip?
Shut up, Robbie.
What's the trouble?
I just don't feel well, that's all. I think I'm coming down with something.
Why don't you just tell Dad what happened?
Maybe I better stay home from school tomorrow.
Let me feel you.
There's nothing the matter with him.
Saw you know, stoop.
You ache any place? The neck? Sure. What's the matter?
That's where he got clobbered.
Well, cut it out.
Kid at school's been picking on him, Dad.
Oh, yeah?
Who?
Ralphie Cole, you know BJ's kid brother?
Yeah, I guess so.
What did he do to you?
It's okay, Chip. You don't have to be ashamed. He's bigger than you are.
Not ashamed, you dirty squealer, Robbie. Girls squeal.
All right, simmer down, Chip. I guess you don't want your dinner, do you?
I got a stomach ache.
I'll tell you, why don't you go up and get into bed, and I'll come up and take your temperature in a little while.
All I did was try to help him out.
Where'd you hear about this, Ralph?
From BJ. His father doesn't know what they're going to do with Ralph. He's really turned into a troublemaker.
Oh?
What's all that got to do with Chip?
I don't know, except Ralph beats him up all the time.
Well, why doesn't he beat him up back?
Because Ralph's bigger.
Would you excuse me?
Aren't you going to eat a piece of my pie?
Well, I think I'll skip tonight, Bub. I'll go up and check on Chip.
What am I doing all this cooking for?
It's okay, Bub. You don't have to worry. I'll have seconds.
Well, by golly, that's right. I'm cooking for you. I keep forgetting.
Well, Chip, I don't imagine Ralph is beating up any just for the fun of it. Now, why do you think he's picking on you?
Because he's a big bully.
No, but why you?
I don't know. I think he's just got in the habit of it.
Well, suppose you went up to Ralph and said, Ralph, why do you always pick on me? What's wrong with that?
I think I'm a big sissy.
Yeah, I suppose he would. Here, open your mouth.
Hey, Dad.
Get out of here, Robbie.
It's my room, too, you know.
Well, then help pick up some of this stuff, will you?
Mike and I and Bub have had a conference, and I've been picked to teach Ralph a lesson. Now, I'm going to go to school with Chip, and then I'm going to duck out of sight. And then when Ralph shows up, I'm going to step out and say, Ralph, that's the last time. And next time I catch him at it, I'll clobber him once.
Hey, that's great.
Well, isn't Ralph a little young for you to clobber?
Well, he's a bully.
Well, just because Ralph is bullying Chip, there's no reason for you to bully Ralph, is it?
Hey, Robbie, you could hold him, and I could clobber him.
You put that back in your mouth, you're getting your temperature taken. No, Rob, I think this is Chip. Now, Chip, if you're so anxious to clobber Ralph, why don't you fight back?
He's bigger.
Well, did you ever hear of a bully that picks on somebody his own size?
Well, Ralph's older, Dad.
Man, he comes up to here.
I thought you didn't believe in fighting, Dad.
Well, I don't. And I certainly don't believe in starting a fight. But, well, there are times when a man just has to defend himself. It's a matter of pride. Everybody has the right to protect himself.
But I like Robbie's idea better.
What are you afraid of, Chip?
Well, Ralph hurts.
Well, he's hurting anyway. What have you got to lose? Physical violence is a pretty dumb way to get people to notice you, but that's the way some characters do. Like this Ralphie. He thinks if he can hurt you, he's better than you are or something. So he starts throwing some punches, and if you don't get out of the way of them, you get hit. And it hurts. But it's going to hurt whether you fight back or not, so you might as well grit your teeth and wade in there and throw a few punches yourself, don't you think?
I couldn't hurt Ralph.
Oh, I think you could. Chip, hit me. Come on. No, really, all your might. Really let it go. Not in the chin, right here. That hurt. You see, I'm bigger than Ralph. So if you can hurt me, you ought to be able to hurt him, huh? You don't have to win the fight, Chip. All you have to do is hurt him. Now, I know that sounds kind of dumb, but maybe that's the kind of a thing a dumb guy like Ralph would understand. So, maybe next time he starts picking on you, you'll think twice. Hmm?
Phone. It's for me.
Did I really hurt you?
Sure you did. Well, you don't have a fever, Chip, so if you decide you feel well enough to go to school tomorrow, it'll be all right.
Hey, Dad, it's for you.
Okay. Here, you put in your pajamas, and I bet you're a little hungry, so I'll bring up a glass of milk.
How about some roast beef?
Oh, sure. Maybe a roast beef sandwich with a big baked potato and gravy on it.
Yeah, can I have some dessert, too?
Big piece of Bub's apple pie.
Sure, with ice cream?
Oh, with ice cream. I think you're very wise eating lightly like this, Chip, but, if you're not feeling too well.
It's the airline about confirming your reservation, Dad.
Robbie. Hey, wait up! Hey, you hurt? Hey, cut it out!
Boy, you sure got better in a hurry. Guys, let's get going. I gotta get my book. Do you mind? As a matter of fact, I do. Chip, get in here. We gotta get going.
Would you hold it on just a minute? I'm calling for the time.
All right, Rocky, will you get up?
Hey, get what?
Just hold it down just...
Go on.
Look, I've heard the recording 5 times. I still don't know what time it is. Now, will you...
Now what do you do? You want to get to school? Here's your jacket. Put that on. Who do you think I am? An octopus with 5 feet or something?
Would you fellas be quiet?
Come on!
Listen here just a minute, please, Rob. Now, look. I'm depending on you two fellas to keep an eye out for Chip while I'm away. Help him out if you have to, but remember this thing with Ralph is his problem, and he ought to work it out himself if he can. Just for his sense of pride.
Hey, Robbie, remember that time that big kid Stanley was beating up on you?
Stanley who? Okay, Tiger, let's go. Here's your jacket.
That big kid.
Here.
He's talking, Stanley. Out last year.
Hey, isn't anybody going to say goodbye or have a nice trip or I'll miss you or something?
Oh, yeah. Goodbye, Dad. Have a nice trip, Dad.
Yeah, we'll miss ya.
Goodbye, thanks, I will, and I'll miss you too.
I said I don't want to talk about it, and I don't want to talk about it.
I guess he doesn't want to talk about it.
He just goes and gets himself beat up every day. It's a massacre.
Will you let me just go and clobber that, Ralph? Just once?
No. Chip's got to work this out for himself.
Dad says it's important to his pride.
Right. Feeling better?
What happened today? Where is he?
I don't know. I think he's upstairs. Where's all this meat gone? Did somebody open a hamburger stand around here?
Here's a note from Miss Wisby, the principal.
Wow. What'd you do? Run into a door?
She says she wants to see about my schoolwork. She says I'm getting bad marks.
Why does she have to talk to me?
Because Dad won't be back till next week. So she wants to see you.
Dad gets a load of that black eye. I don't know, pride or no pride, somebody had to pound that Ralph right into the cement.
Why do I have to see the principal? I'm an old man. I don't want to see the principal. I spent half my life right in there on that carpet.
I see. Yes, that certainly does explain a great deal. Now, why didn't you tell me that in the first place, Mr. O'Casey?
Well, I never meant to. I mean, you tricked me into it.
Well, I knew there must be some other explanation. It's not like that boy of yours to do bad work. Won't you sit down?
No, thank you. I can't stay that long. I long to stay, but not that long, if you know what I mean.
Well, I'm not too surprised to hear about Ralph. We've had our troubles with him this year. Actually, he's not a bad boy at all. There's been a problem at home, and it's been difficult for him. I do have to admit I'm a little disappointed. The problem seemed to be working itself out, and Ralph is doing better. But I'm sure we can take care of it.
Well, I suppose that I should have kept my big mouth out of it. Why, I wouldn't have ratted on a kid. Snitched up. Why, I'm not the kind of a guy that goes around telling tales out of school. I mean, in school.
Now, don't you give that another thought. You did the right thing.
But I just don't feel right about it. And you got to promise me you won't let on that I told you about it. On account of Chip's pride.
I promise you, he'll never know. You trust me to take care of it. I'm very grateful to you for coming over, Mr. O'Casey.
Thank you, Mrs. Wisby, and I hope things turn out all right. I'll try to do better in the future. I mean, Chip will try to do better, and I'll talk to him about it. Well, goodbye. Goodbye, Mrs. Wisby. I've enjoyed my visit with you. Goodbye. Goodbye. Nicer than I thought she'd be. I knew I was standing there like a little snitch. Little Michael Francis, snitching to the principal. Just because you weren't supposed to be back till Monday. And then you blew in today. Why didn't you drop me a card? I could lay the rap on you.
Well, the office sent for me, and I had to fly back for that meeting this afternoon.
Yeah.
I'm glad they did.
I am, too. That was certainly swell advice you gave him about fighting back. There's one thing you got to say for that kid. He does what he's told. I'm just surprised that he's still on his feet.
Well, maybe I steered him wrong.
I'll say you did.
You know, if I hurry, I can get over there and pick him up when he comes out of school. I'd better do that. Would you finish unpacking for me?
Sure I will. Now, wait a minute. Don't you go letting on that I snitched to that Mrs. Wisby.
Shame on you, Michael Francis. Just because you're a great big snitch doesn't mean everybody else is, you know.
Monster. How many times do I have to beat you up? Are you gonna leave me alone? Are you? Are you? You understand? You already got me in trouble with Mrs. Wisby. She put me on probation for fighting with you. I'm telling you for the last time. Leave me alone. probation mean?
Probation? Why?
Mrs. Wisby put Ralph on probation for fighting.
She did. No kidding.
So I hear you talking about Ralph. You know, it's a funny thing. I had kind of forgotten about you two. How did that ever come out? Did you fight him back?
Uh-huh.
I bet he let you alone then, huh?
Kind of.
Kind of. Are you kidding? He picks on him every day.
Yeah. Well, it's too bad, but it kind of sounds to me as though he should have been put on probation. A bully like that going around starting fights, picking on everybody. It's the only way to handle him.
Well, I was fighting too.
Oh, but that's different, Chip. You didn't start the fights. You were just defending yourself, weren't you?
I don't feel well.
Again?
I think I'm coming down something.
Would you excuse us? Again?
I still think it would have been better if I would have just clobbered him one.
Well, Chipper, I'm sorry you're not feeling well again. What do you think it might be this time?
I don't know.
Well, you climb into bed and we'll take your temperature. Don't forget to take your slippers and socks off. You feel pretty cool, though, to me. Here, take it anyway, huh? We're giving this old thermometer a workout, aren't we?
Dad,
Hmm?
what does it mean when you're put on probation?
Well, Chip, when you've done something wrong, they put you on probation. That means they're giving you a warning. They're giving you one more chance.
One of us guys got put on probation. Would you be mad?
One of you fellas?
Say, for instance, Robbie.
Well, I certainly wouldn't be happy about it. We'd have to sit down and talk it over and hope we could work it out.
Yeah.
Here, put that under your tongue. No, Chip, probation's no picnic. It's pretty serious. Like in Ralph's case. If he gets caught fighting once more, he'll be kicked right out of school. You hold that in your mouth and I'll come back and check it in a minute.
Ralph, come in here. Yes, Chip?
I have to see you.
Come in.
I can wait if you want me to.
No, come in, Chip. What's on your mind, Chip?
Well, it's all about Ralph and me. And fighting. It's all my fault, Miss Wisby, because I picked on Ralph every day and made him fight. And he didn't want to fight me, but I made him fight. So I'm the one who should be put on probation.
Well, my goodness, Chip, you're all out of breath. Is this true, Ralph?
I'm bigger than him, so how could he pick on me? But I did! Tell the truth, Ralph!
Well, now, Chip, it's very nice of you to come in here of your own free will and try to help Ralph. But I'm afraid I can't quite believe your story. You're hardly the kind of boy to be a bully.
But I am.
I admire your loyalty, and I'm sure Ralph does, too.
But I am a bully. I picked on him every day and made him fight. And he didn't want to fight me anymore. And I just got sore because I was losing. And I wanted to win. And I couldn't even start to.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm terribly busy today. Why don't we just postpone this for a little while? Looks to me as though Chip doesn't hold any grudge against you, Ralph. And Chip, since you seem to feel you share a part of the blame, why don't you boys talk it over and come back and see me again next week? Maybe we won't have to put anybody on probation. Miss Milliken, would you get that call for me, please? Now, Chip, why don't you go first this time? Ralph? You go first this time. Now, that wasn't so bad, was it? Thanks. Goodbye, boys. Yes? Oh, thank you. Hello, Mr. Douglas? Mrs. Wisby.
He did. A full confession. Well, I'm very proud of him. I'm sure it was a difficult thing for him to do.
Yes, it wasn't easy. But Chip is used to things not being too easy, and knowing Robbie and Mike, I can't believe he could have behaved in any other way.
Well, you always hope your children will do the right thing, Mrs. Wisby, but, well, when they do, it's very rewarding, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, that's right.
Well, maybe we can help in some way. Maybe Ralph could come over here for a weekend.
At this point, I think maybe we'd better stay out of it and leave things up to Chip and Ralph for a while. At least they walked out of the office together.
Let's see it. What for? I got a rock collection. Not so good. I like it. Yeah!